St. Louis, and I thank you, Madam Chair, and to our Madam Chairwoman, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, and to our Madam Chairwoman for convening this important hearing. St. Louis is home to more than 50 post offices, and Postal Service, and the Postal Service employs more than 5,320 postal workers in my district. The United States Postal Service helps families and loved ones stay connected, provide jobs, delivers life-saving medicines, sustains small businesses, and gives people access to the ballot box. Our community respects the USPS as a fundamental public service. Chairman Bloom, by statute, the Postal Service's Board of Governors comprises 11 individuals, including 9 people appointed by the President with the advice and consent of the Senate, and then the Postmaster General and the Deputy Postmaster General, who are all appointed by the Board of Governors. How many members does the board have today?
The board has 6 external governors and the Postmaster General.
Okay. How long has the board lacked full membership?
Oh, goodness. I believe we haven't been at full strength in quite a number of years. I'll get back to you on the exact number, but I believe it's at least 6 or 7 years since we had a full board.
Okay. How have the Postal Service in general and the board specifically suffered from having incomplete membership on the Board of Governors?
Well, Congresswoman, what I'd say is that Congress intended us to have a full board. And so I think an organization functions best when it has the full diversity of views that comes from a full group. Congress, in its wisdom, set up 9 as the number. I think it's a good number. I sat on other boards with 9. I think it's a good, for external governors, I think it's a good number. So I think the board would always benefit from additional perspective.
Given that there are still 3 governor positions unfilled, and you are in your final year of service, I believe, Chairman Bloom.
I'm actually in my holdover year.
Your holdover
Congresswoman,
year.
yes.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Well, so President Biden has the chance to fill 3 open positions on the board. Can I ask you, Chairman Bloom, what career field do the majority of governors on the board come from?
We have a diversity of backgrounds. Just thinking off the top of my head, there's one gentleman who's been involved in a large trucking company, so has some relevant logistics experience. There's another gentleman who's been in finance, another business-oriented individual. There's one of the governors has been involved as an airline pilot and a union leader. So it's a diversity of backgrounds.
What is the average net worth of governors on the board?
I have no idea.
Okay. How about any Black, Indigenous, or people of color on the board?
The board is comprised today of 6 white males.
How many women serve on the board?
It's 6 white males.
Exactly, yes. We need women to the front. So currently the board includes only white men. That's grotesque lack of representation is a critical opportunity to diversify the board's ranks. An agency of over 640,000 employees that comes from every walk of life and serve the entire American public should have reputation at the top reflective of the broader American population. More than 35% of postal workers are people of color, while 0% of governors are. Meanwhile, the positions that are filled and are not supposed to be represented by special interests actually include Wall Street bankers and fossil fuel lobbyists. This question is for Postmaster General DeJoy. Do you see it as a problem that the Board of Governors of the United States Postal Service looks like a millionaire white boys club?
What I would say is that the Postal Service's not having a full board is not enabling it to reach its full breadth of impact, and I welcome that. And I would say also there was a period where there were no board members on the Postal Service, but that is not a problem of the Postal Service. That is a problem of whatever administration that is in power and the Senate at the time. The Postal Service would love to have a diverse board that reflects its population, but this is not something that's within our, within our power. And I would say that the period where whatever Postmaster General and leadership team was there at the time, which I think it was my predecessor, that had to be an unbearable time and a totally had huge consequence on her ability to lead and the ability for the organization to move forward. And I feel very strongly about that. And I think the quicker we get some new board members from the administration, the less we can talk about this and move on to the plan and the real problems that we need to fix here. So I welcome your discussion on this, and whatever you can do to advance this process, I certainly would appreciate it.
Thank you, Postmaster General. I'd like to reclaim my time.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
No. Okay.